That's good. And you sit close to my camera so that you make sure that no one kick it. Okay. And then you can audit. Okay. All right, it's 11. You ready? You ready?
Seems like.
First thing that we are going to do is, I'll call the name. Okay. Say it. Muhammad Amir. M-A-M-I-R.
It's not.
Not here yet. What's the national Daniel?
Yep.
Dipa.
Yeah, Dimpa.
That's you.
Yeah?
You Osinachi, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay. Alright, we're gonna hear this attendance check. I bet Buna easy. Not here yet. Hasib Ahmed Janjo.
It's not.
Nan Chelly. Not here either. Jerlin. Okay, easy. Castellanos George A. Padamo. That's you, right? So George is the middle name. Oh, George is the first name?
Yeah.
Madi Ramezanian. Not here. Hasib M. Ola. Not here either. So for those of you who are here, you're free to be here because you didn't pay, right? And if you want access to the blackboard but you don't have it yet, write your login name ID in this paper.
For the course. I already set for the course.
What?
I already set for the course.
Oh, you register for the course?
He didn't call your name?
Ah, okay.
Check.
Please write your name.
Okay.
That's my pen. Okay. And for the rest of you, especially you need access to Blackboard, right?
Yes.
Write the name. Okay. This course. Hello. It's better. This course is numerical method. Okay, numerical application in petroleum engineering. First of all, we are going to talk about course syllabus. I assume that you have access to the Blackboard. When you go to the Blackboard, you can download everything. Okay, for the course syllabus, we will talk about it a little bit. First of all, for emergency, you exit the door calmly. Okay, if there is a tornado, you stay inside, stay in the restroom downstairs. For fire, you walk outside. And for active shooter, you call police when it is safe to do so. Okay, if it's not safe, you don't call police yet, and you run. Okay, of course. So the objective of this course. After this course, you should be able to understand the numerical method and algorithm and how to implement it. Okay, and importance of numerical method, you should understand it too. What's your name, sir?
Hasib, sir.
Hasib, can you sign your name?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Why do we need numerical method? Why should it be matter for us as a petroleum engineer or engineer in general? It is important because we need it when we do graduate school, when we want to conduct research. Okay, and it helps us to be able to think about the problem in a more logical way. Okay, and if you know the algorithm, then you can modify the existing algorithm for numerical method. And another thing that this course will help you is about programming. Programming, if you graduate without knowing programming, yeah, maybe you can still graduate, but I think it is a must for the future. So in the future world, everyone expects that, hey, you get MS, so you can do programming. Okay, and of course, let me introduce myself. So you, Ekuri Panajans, what is my name? Okay, office 236 is my office, and the material is copy left, no right reserved. Okay, you can copy, distribute, do whatever you want. Okay, course content. What do? We will start with basic programming. Okay, we will go through Excel VBA and NumPy and LibreOffice. How many of you use Windows? 2. Mac and Linux. Something else? So you use either Mac or Windows, right? For Mac, do you have VBA? Oh, you have VBA, you pay extra too. Okay. If you don't have VBA, you can have LibreOffice. It is free, okay, LibreOffice. And we will do metric multiplication, and we will do a little bit of symbolic computation, okay. Then do integration, some function with SymPy, okay, and some basic Python. So that's basic programming. Everyone done? Actually, you don't need to sign your name. You just need to write your username. You're already on. Okay, you're fine. Then we will move on to data visualization. Like 2D plot, 3D plot, contour plot, color map, or color plot. Then we will do root finding for nonlinear system, bisection method. Okay, and we do system of linear equation. System of linear equation is ax equal to b. A is square matrix. Okay, x is column vector and b is column vector. And you see, I just wrote 3-4 lines over there, but we will spend quite a lot of time on that part, system of linear equation. It is important because if you know system of linear equation, we can use it for system of nonlinear equation. Okay, and we can use it for regression. We can use it for optimization. So that is important part. And we do linear regression, lasso regularization, and you will do it manually with NumPy library. Then we do interpolation, integration, differentiation with 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, 5 point, and ODE, solving ordinary differential equation, and then PDE, partial differential equation. For this PDE, we don't really use the complete Python package, okay? But you will learn how to solve it at least manually, okay? And then optimization in 1D and n-dimension problem. So let's say we have a model, okay? You do research, you do PhD, you do MS, you have a model. In your model, you have fitting parameter. And how do we find those fitting parameters that allow the match between the prediction with the experimental data very well, okay? And that will be gradient descent, Lowenberg-Marquardt, and Lowenberg-Marquardt with black box model, okay? Week 1, we do basic programming. Week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, have exam. Exam 1, closed book, okay, 2 pages, 1 side each for information sheet or cheat sheet. And then we move on to system of nonlinear equation, regression, interpolation, and differentiation. And then we have exam 2. Then we have PDE, more PDE optimization, and the course project. No final exam, but okay, you have something to do. Detailed schedule, 11 to 12, 20, okay. We have 45 contact hours, okay. We have no class on certain days. All these are actually written in the syllabus. I know that you can read. Please go and read it, okay? Let me point out something, give you some highlight of the syllabus. We have, for the project, we have individual assignment. It will start on 30th after the last lecture. If you realize when we do programming, the way, how do we learn programming? If you go to the lecture, you memorize everything in the lecture, you may be able to program or may not. It's like when I see somebody else swim. Yeah, I memorize everything, but I cannot swim unless I try, right? So it's the same thing. For programming, you see several things, and if you know everything, The last step is do it yourself. Okay. So I cannot really test you. Can you program or not until you do project. Okay. And in the exam, you will have some part about like some basic that you have to memorize. For example, you may or not may, you will be asked to write by hand the code, okay, for the for programming. Like I ask you, okay, write the code. Before I ask you that, I will ask you to memorize it first. This course is not about memorization, but believe it or not, when you learn a new language, the first thing you do is memorize vocabulary, right? So there's some part that you have to memorize. Matty, right? You're here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, where's my pen? Where's my pen? Okay. So deadline is December 13th before midnight. And if you cheat, you get F for that thing. Okay? This is a detailed schedule. What day we do what day is the exam. This month and next month we will meet in this room every time. And I think on October I will let you know again. There will be some time that we have to meet in 110 downstairs. Okay, but I will announce again. But for the time being, we just meet here. So we do basic programming and data visualization, root finding, system of linear equation, and then exam one. This and then you have. Oh, this week you don't have homework, right? Next week you don't have homework either. Homework come 9/11. Okay, basic programming. That's when your homework comes. We do interpolation, ODE, exam 2. 11/6 is exam 2. And you will enjoy your Thanksgiving on 11/22. Okay. Then we have optimization and then project. When we have project, there's no class. No class means you don't have to come here. But I will be here if you get stuck. We can talk about it. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sessions as for the project, that's 20%. Textbook or requirement. For this course, the requirement is we need computer, okay? Your own computer. If you don't have computer, buy one, okay? Windows is okay. Ubuntu, Linux, OS X. I have several code that is in Linux. So if you use OS X, I think you can still use those code, but I don't have Mac, okay? You need calculator when you do the exam. Calculator. I suggest you buy one. It's $42 from Walmart. Programmable calculator is allowed. And actually you don't need the one that is programmable, but you need some calculator that have a big screen. Okay? So then you can see several things at one time. What else? Okay, Citrix. I checked Citrix. Python with Citrix. It doesn't work that well. Okay, it doesn't have the library that you need. Okay, so textbook. You don't have any textbook. You just follow the lecture and it should be fine. But of course, there are several other things to read. So reference book. Reference book. This one, numerical analysis. Okay, you may buy this. Will you use the whole thing? No. Okay, and we have numerical Python. This one, university pay some part already, so you actually can get it for free for electronic file if you access through library website. And if you want a hard copy, it's $25, but it will be black and white. If you want it color, pay the full price. Something else to read, Python cookbook. Okay, Python cookbook. This is very good, and you can use it as a reference book from time to time. So you don't have to buy it. And honestly, none of this you don't buy it. Okay, but if you want to, or you really want to, you can buy it. Most of the time, you read the documentation, like NumPy documentation. You see, SciPy documentation, scikit-learn, Panda, all those documentation. And most of the time when you get stuck in homework, you Google, okay? You look in Stack Overflow and see what people do. But it will be quicker if you read this kind of book, okay? And go through slide is okay too. Okay, grade distribution. Total percentage is 110. Okay. Exam 1 is 10%. Exam 2 is 10%. So if you get 0 on exam 1, don't be alarmed, still fine, okay? Because total add up into 1 and 10. Quiz is 10%. We don't have quiz yet until the day after the last day to add the course, okay? If you audit, you want to do quiz too for those people who audit? Just stay quiet or don't cheat, okay? For those who audit either. Okay, you don't have any reason to cheat. Programming project is 20% and homework 60%. So homework plus exam 1, exam 2 and programming project is 100 plus quiz is 110. So if you cannot do the quiz, it's fine. Yes, it's fine, but try to do it. So, you know, the reason that we have 110 is because I want some of you to get A+. And also because exam is not always easy. Okay, and project can be graduate level. Okay, graduate level. It's not difficult, but it's graduate level enough that I think is appropriate. Okay, attendance policy. Class attendance is for lecture and exam. So if you miss 0 time, never miss, okay, then you can get A+ or lower. You are eligible for any grade. If you miss 1 time without the university excuse, you get A or lower. You won't get A+. If you miss twice, you can still get A or lower. You miss 3 times. The best you can get is A-, but that doesn't mean that you get A-, okay? If your score is less than the certain point, you get whatever grade that you should get. And we have missed 3 times, missed 4 times. If you miss several times, you can get F, okay? That is missing without university excuse. University excuse is when you go to hospital, get doctor note or something. And late for class. So late between less than 5 minutes is okay. I don't count that as a late. And between 5 and 30, we count it as 1 late for class. 3 late equal to 1 missing. Don't just late for class because I don't come late for class. Right? What do you feel you come in here and wait 30 minutes and then I appear? Not quite good, right? So if I'm on time, you should be on time too. And then less policy, we don't start the less policy or look at this. Class missing policy, we don't start it yet. We start after the last day to add the course. So this to encourage people to add the course, okay? And, okay. Missing homework. Missing 1 assignment, get A or lower, cannot get A+. You miss 2 assignments, you get B+ or lower. Don't miss the assignment, and the assignment is 60%. Okay? Why do we have a lot of weight on the homework? 60%. You know, like I said, programming comes when you do practice, right? It's not about you can do. Yeah, exam I cannot fully test if you understand it or not. But we can tell for sure if you cannot do the homework, or when you do the homework and you get stuck, and it's 60% and you have homework, not this week, homework you get whatever we put in here. This is just a tentative date, okay? And what else? Okay, missing class with university excuse. If you miss class with university excuse, you have to do something for me, not just miss the class. Let's take a look on what you need to do. This is a syllabus, the full syllabus that you will read. Okay. A student who missed the class with the university excuse need to do a report, okay, so that the class missing will not be counted toward any grade penalty. The report is about the summary of the missing lecture. The report will be graded if the report grade is less than 5 out of 10. The student will receive the penalty for missing the class. So when you miss a class, you give me the doctor note. That is not done yet. Okay, you give me the doctor note. That's the first step, and then you do the report. How long is the report? It's 4 pages, double spacing with font 14. Okay, Times New Roman, and you will do it within 14 calendar days after the end of the excuse period or before December 13. What about missing the exam with university excuse? Important thing to know, right? You come to see me, you give me the doctor note, you say, I'm not fine on that day, I have a bad headache. Okay, so we have policy. I think you get the grade of I if you miss it. Let's go back to presentation. So this is missing class with the university policy, university excuse. Missing exam. Typically you get 0 for missing any exam without any university excuse. Get the grade of I, incomplete, for missing any exam with the university excuse. So when you're sick, you have the surgery on that day, you miss the exam, you get I. Okay. The correction for the grade of I can be done according to the university policy, which is university policy said December, after the December, okay, in January. Students who submit the intent to graduate in this semester and miss the exam with the university excuse will be allowed to take the makeup exam. I don't want to make the makeup exam, but if you are going to graduate this semester, and on that day you have the doctor note say, hey, I have surgery, I was really sick. Okay, I will make you the makeup exam. Otherwise, see you next year and we do the exam, okay? If you are not graduating, I don't think it really harm you anyway. Actually, it doesn't look good when you get I, but what else can you do? You get sick, so you get incomplete. I think that's fair enough for me. So it's not just anyone come to see me, hey, great, I have doctor note. Okay. But I know that graduate students normally don't do it, right? Specific requirement on the makeup exam deadline is in the syllabus. The makeup exam, I think it has a certain date. It's not like you have to take within a certain date, not any day you want, okay? Read the syllabus for that. Try to not miss the exam. Exam is not that difficult. It's just graduate level, okay? Enough for graduate student. Of course, if undergrad student do it, it may be quite challenging. Copyleft policy of this course. So this course is made with the copyleft policy. Anyone can make, adjust anything, do whatever you want. Okay, no right reserve. But by the way, I make everything of this. If I didn't do it and any part, I give you the reference. Copy homework policy. If you found responsible for copying homework, let other people copying your homework. You will get -5 points of that total grade for the first attempt, and the report to the Office of Student Conduct. I will have to call that number anyway, Office of Student Conduct, and they will do whatever they want to do. And the academic penalty will be at the discretion of the Office of Student Conduct. So it doesn't mean you just get -5. No, it doesn't mean that. It means you get -5 and they will decide what to do with you, okay? According to the university policy. For the second attempt, your grade will be F and your academic sanction will be decided by the Office of Student Conduct. I don't decide your academic sanction. Don't copy the homework, okay? And I don't think your friend or your colleagues have time to help you or give you a copy of his homework or her homework. Other policy, cheating on the exam, you won't do it, right? read the syllabus. Okay. Before we start, George, furthermore, why you as a student should care if other students cheat on the exam?
Why should I care?
Or you don't care?
I don't care.
Okay, Daniel, you as a student, if other people cheat on the exam, why should you care? Or you don't care either?
I don't know what.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I want.
Let's say if he cheat on the exam, you see it, will you tell me?
Okay.
No or yes?
No.
No. Oh, wrong answer. Okay. What's your name? Alan.
Larry for short. Larry for short. That's
Rally.
Larry.
Lan and Rick.
Run and Rick.
White. Pronounced like that.
Run and Rick.
Yeah, Lan Rick.
Okay. Run Rick.
Yeah.
If you see that Daniel cheat, will you tell me?
I should, but I'm not sure if I will.
Ah. Why do you care if other people cheat? You don't cheat, but other people cheat. Why do you care? But you don't care either. No, you don't care either. I hope, I don't want to ask you guys anymore, okay? But I hope, I make my point that this thing is, it's warrant a discussion, okay? It's important that I tell you. Let me tell you this. Let's say, assume one student cheat for every course. They graduate, get the same degree. They get MS, you get MS. Your MS doesn't mean anything because that guy, when they work, they don't know anything. And hey, a guy from Texas Tech don't know anything and get A on every course. You know everything, you get A on every course. So your grade doesn't mean anything. So that is the standard of this university. If you want to make your degree mean nothing, you don't have to care when other people cheat. But when other people cheat, it decreases the value of your degree. You don't think like that, do you? So let's say Yahweh cheat every exam. Okay, she get A. You don't cheat, you get the same grade. When she work, she cannot do anything because she cheat, right? But when you work, you can do everything. But if this happen again and again, HR will tell, hey, we don't want anyone. A from Texas Tech cannot be trusted. You want that? That impacts the community as a whole. And I don't want to preach you or talking about this is wasting time until 3 in a row tell me that if one of you guys cheat, you won't tell me. You has a trust from the community that you will do the best for everyone good, right? And for what do we call the common good of the university. You should maintain the university standard. So it is something that you need to, and you should, and you want to, okay, tell me ethically when other people cheat. You tell me that they cheat. Okay, what happens when one student cheat, and I call Office of Student Conduct. That student will request for panel hearing. When we do panel hearing, I also serve on the panel. They do some investigation and have, hey, Dr. Agreed, you don't have any witness, it's just you who see it. I think it's not quite likely that student cheat, so we drop the case. But if 3 or 4 of you say, I saw that too, that's different. And you should stand up, okay? Because this is quality of your degree. You won't let anyone else make quality of your degree become less and less and less. Okay, let me ask you one more time, George. So if Yahweh cheat, but she cannot cheat because she didn't enroll, okay? Let's say if Yahweh cheat, ethically, should you tell me?
Yes.
Will you tell me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I have a better answer. Daniel, okay, if Rick run or run Rick,
Larry.
run Rick,
Yeah.
cheat, will you tell me? You have to. Ethically, should you tell me? Ethically.
Yeah, ethically, it's right.
Ethically, you should tell me. And for to maintain your professional standard and the standard of this university, your meaning of the degree, should you tell me? Should you report to the instructor?
Yeah, I'm expecting to report to you.
Yes. Will you do that, sir?
So if you catch me, but
You still hesitate. Maybe we talk more later. Okay, until you say you will. Okay. Okay, tomato paper, will you tell me? If you cheat.
You say yes, that will
You have to say yes because you audit, okay? You have to say yes. Alright? You know, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it is important. And if you cheat, I just give you F. Do I give you, like, expel you from this university? No, I don't do anything else. I just call that office and let them decide. And they actually ask me, what do I want? I want maximum possible penalty. Okay, maximum possible. And as graduate student, you get more penalty than undergrad student. You know that? Maybe you know now. Okay, so for some of you guys who missed this, actually there are many people who missed the first day, but we don't enforce this policy yet because it's not before the last day to add the course. They actually need to know about this, and this will be somewhere in your homework or something. Another question that you should be able to tell is, how can numerical method and programming help you or help me to get paid more than a technician or someone else who have 20 years of experience? So learning numerical method, does it help you to get more paycheck? Tolani?
I would hope so.
You hope so? Why? Or how? How can it help?
Because well, you're saving them time by using computers and either
But if you go to work, someone else who worked there for 20 years,
might not have the
they
experience.
probably know more than you.
But they
So-
don't have the computer programming experience.
Oh, okay. So you know you can do something that other people cannot, right? That's the point, okay? Even though other people have 20, 30 years of experience, I don't care. You should not care either. What you should care is the correctness of the content. If whatever other people said, if it is wrong, doesn't matter who said it. If it is wrong, it's wrong. Okay? It's not about, hey, I have 30 years of experience and I said this. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But most of the time it's correct, okay? Most of the time it's correct. What if what I learned has never appeared again when I work? What do you do? Will it help? Some kind of work, you don't actually use any numerical method. And it may not appear again ever. Passive, right?
Yep.
So if when you work, it doesn't appear again, will it work? Will it help you or it doesn't help you?
It will help me because it will, give me that sense of developing an approach towards those things which I've never learned or which I've never seen. So the, thinking style and creating approach towards solving anything. So yep, I guess.
It makes you a lot smarter, I hope. Okay? So it makes you be able to think about something logically, systematically, right? So this is like clear up how you think, how you approach the problem. So if it doesn't appear again, it still helps. You should take this course, okay? Do you need to know programming already before taking this course? No, you don't need to. Just do homework, it will be fine. Just do homework as if you are a graduate student and it will be fine. So you work as a graduate student. What's the difference between graduate student and undergrad student? The amount of time that you spend. So some tasks, people need 9 hours. But for you as a graduate student, maybe just 3 hours and you're done. Okay? But if you cannot do it within a short period of time, you try more. You will fake it until you become that thing, okay? Until you can do it. So we don't need to talk about this anymore, right? Okay, next, let's take a look at what do we learn. We will learn the numerical method, the algorithm behind the method, and how to make such algorithm and how to use the algorithm from the library. So it's not just, hey, you know it, not just that. First step, you need to know it. You need to know the algorithm behind it. You need to know how to use it, and you need to know how to do it in a Pythonic way. So, to teach you just to use the library is very quick. You don't need to spend a lot of time. The library is very short. Like, for example, if you want to solve like system of nonlinear equation, it's just one line of code and you're done. Quick. Okay? Or if you want to do some optimization, it's a couple lines and you're done. So why do we learn algorithm behind it? Oh, okay. Why do we learn that? We want to learn about that because so that we can do more, we can improve, we can modify it, right? If you just know that line and it's like a black box, you don't know anything, you just get the result, that is actually good, but not enough. But if you, after this course, do you do different? Probably you won't do different. Use the Python library is the fastest way, arguably, but it's fast enough, probably faster than what you do by yourself. And you know why you want to use that. And the idea of the method of the algorithm or the calculation procedure, when you know it, it helps you to think about it systematically. In addition, once you learn all that, when you read the textbook that is more complicated, then you can understand too. Of course, when you go to work, everything has to train again, right? But these allow you to be trainable. So you have some basic information, right? So this numerical method class, at the end, is important and you should know it. You get the idea? Then we can move on. Okay. Read it, okay? Read this slide. You need to. Numerical method application example. I will give you some example of this numerical method part. Calculation of EI function in reservoir engineering. You need to, actually you just write one line of code and it's done. But if you want to know how does it look like inside, that is what used when you calculate EI function in reservoir engineering. When you do history matching and reservoir simulation, there's a lot of solving system of linear equation. So this is inside. PDE, ODE. If you want to do hydrodynamic calculation of drilling fluid flow in the drill pipe, and you want to do more and more calculation, you may need numerical method. If you do heat transfer calculation, you do discretization, you solve PDE, yes, you need numerical method. Solving various governing equations and more, you can do more with numerical method, okay? And you need it for finite element and finite volume. Okay, needed for doing MS or PhD. If you do MS or PhD, you will need it when you do research. What if you just do the experiment? Do you need numerical method? Yes, yes, and yes. Especially for experimentalist. Doing experiment just for the sake of doing it is wrong and is expensive. You need to know the theory to guide you first, okay? Then you can do the experiment. Do just the right experiment that will give you the most output, okay? And I think getting MS or PhD without knowing anything how to program, does not quite fit with the future world, okay, in my opinion. Alright?
Question.
Yes?
Will you include statistical analysis in the material?
It's a little bit on regression part,
Okay.
not quite a lot. Okay. So in this course, you need Python. I don't teach you Python this class. First, we will do something else. But you have several options. If you use Windows, you install Anaconda. Okay. Anaconda, go to Anaconda website. Okay. Continuum download. Okay. Anaconda install. If you Google Anaconda Python, then you will find the file to download. So if you use Windows, option A is a recommended way of doing it. Install Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook. You can do Ubuntu on virtual machine, make it a little bit slow, okay? Or you can use just Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu is a free OS, or you use Mac OS. Any of these work. Just install Anaconda first. Okay? And Citrix. No, it doesn't work. Actually, I tried. It doesn't work. Don't use Citrix. Like Jupyter Notebook that I have on this computer, I just installed this morning and it's quite quick. Okay, when you install it, you have to connect to the internet. Okay, and you need several libraries, and frequently you will need admin privilege to install anything. So you should do it with your computer. Let me show you, after you install it, Jupyter Notebook look like this. On Windows, you see this Anaconda tree, you click Jupyter Notebook, then it start the kernel, and then it pop up. Okay. When you write a program, most probably you will write it in Python file. But for the purpose of showing you on the screen, I use Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Okay. When you go to Blackboard, there will be 3 folders: Cal, Excel, Jupyter Notebook, and Presentation. Download everything. Okay. And Jupyter Notebook file. Let me show you what library you need. I opened a file called library version and installation. So if you put this code in, you click on kernel and run everything, restart and run all. The result that you should get is sklearn or scikit-learn version 0.19. SciPy, NumPy, Panda, Matplotlib, Seaborn, GraphViz, SymPy. We don't do TensorFlow, okay? And you use Python 3.6. So if you run all and you get different result, or it doesn't run, that's a problem. If it doesn't run, mean you don't have some library. But we are okay, you can install it. You install it by open Anaconda prompt. Okay, Anaconda prompt is here. You go here. When you install Anaconda, you open this one. Anaconda prompt. It's just black screen. Okay, and then you're ready to install something. And then type this thing. Conda install NumPy. Conda install Panda. Conda install SciPy. All of this. Okay. And then all libraries will be on your computer and you'll be fine. And if you want to update the Python, you type conda update Python, or if you cannot do it, you Google it, okay? Alright, so this is a library that we will use later. Not this week, but maybe next week. Okay. If you want to do dual boot, I suggest you to back up your computer first before you do anything, because you can lose everything. Okay, that's dual boot. And use Gpath, but I don't think anyone will do that, right? It takes quite a while to do dual boot and install Ubuntu. But if you already have OS, just install Anaconda, it will be fine. Let's do something for real.
Just one question. How did you get the Anaconda project, Anaconda prompt
Okay.
window?
Click stop.